Okay, so let me show you practice 10, high availability for connections and applications. And there's one short demonstration, practice 10-1. And let's get into overview page first. In this practice, you will use application continuity. So you will practice your application without application continuity, and you will see differences. Practice 10-1 using application continuity. And let's open one terminal window. And I'm going to connect to host 01. And I will set environment variable. For this demonstration, I will stop host 03 to host 05, except for host 01 and 2. I will run small Java code across host 01 and 2 for application continuity testing. So I will stop host 03 to host 5, clusterware. And then I'm going to open a second terminal while it's running. I will not do anything else, but I will just prepare. So I will connect to host 01. And I will set environment variable. And then everything is down. So I will check instances running out of ORCL database, and we should see only 2 instances. So this time ORCL 3 and 5. So instance name is different. It makes sense because ORCL database is a policy manager database. Instance name can be any name, and host instance location can be any location. And I will navigate to the script location. And then I will set up for this practice activity. And I'm going to create a service for this testing. And when you look at this, we create service named AC test. And then we enabled transaction guard with a failover type transaction. And commit outcome true, this is to enable transaction guard. So this is to enable application continuity, and this is to enable transaction guard. Application continuity, it uses transaction guard, so you will have to set these 2 parameters correctly. And in the OS level, don't copy multiple lines because that will cause the problem. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy 1 line at a time. When you copy multiple lines of code in the SQL prompt, that's not a big problem. But when you copy multiple lines out of OS level, OS prompt, that will cause the problem. Okay, so I will just copy and paste, or you can type command if you want to learn from the command. So it's just depending on your preference. So I will add 1 service, and since I created a singleton service, and after you start, you can check location of AC test service. It's got to be one of the instances. In my example, AC test is running out of a host 02. And you establish another terminal session as Oracle user. And I will change the directory to leverage scripts for this practice activity. And also I will configure prompt. So in this session, I will do some, I will simulate a few scenarios. So this is my admin prompt. And I will check current instance location. So my instance name is ORCL5. So I will configure my environment with ORCL_5. So that's an admin terminal. I'm going to come back to second terminal. And then let's take a look at run no replay file. Okay, so let me actually clear, and I will show you one more time. So we have in a small Java program, and we're going to execute this Java program with the AC test no replay properties. Okay, and then we also going to run same program with a different properties. So we have a run replay, and we're going to use a different properties. And we're going to actually review differences, different properties. And cat AC test, no replay properties. And as you can see here, we're going to make a Scott user connection, and without replay option. And we're going to use the standard data source, Oracle JDBC pull Oracle data source. And it is a JDBC thin connection. And you have a service where application continuity is enabled. And this is to set up UCP. So we have 2 connections through UCP. And also we have others as well. And also you can take a look at another property. And this property is different. So this is in a replay enabled data source. And also other attribute settings are same except for this. So when you actually use when you compare the both properties, and you will see the data source difference. So only data source is different. And then we're going to test. So we're going to actually run Java program without application continuity enabled the properties. So I'm going to run it. It will make a couple of connections. Okay, as you can see, so it's about to make a connection. Okay. So we have a connections. Initially only, now it has 2 connections. So it took some time. So 1 connection again. So at this point, my program is running. And then what we're gonna do, in the admin terminal window, we're gonna double check location of AC test. It's on host 02. And let's take a look at name of instance that is running on host 02. So name is ORCL3. So what I'm going to do, even though in this example we use the host 1, in our example, we have to connect to host 02, so that way we can kill the Pmon process to simulate instance crash. -f our case ORCL3 okay. Now what? Let me check the status again. As you can see, now instance 3 is not running, and you have a series of errors. And even though you see actually shortly after you see the connection again, but this is for new connection, meaning that previous session was gone. You know actually the difference between session and connection, right? This is only to support new connection, but your the existing session was gone, so you got a series of errors. Okay, if you had some active transaction or in-flight transactions, you lost because of this. But the new connection still can be made because Clusterware attempted to start instance again. Look at this. So Clusterware restarted. Okay, so that's what we can see. So because of instance status status, and it came back normal, so we can make connection again. But at the time we had an instance crash, we had a problem with the connection. So that's what we tested. So what we're gonna do, I will cancel this. Don't be confused with the disconnection. This is only new connection after recovering failed instance. And then we're gonna check instance again. So it was up and running now. So let's check status of service. I'm pretty sure now it's running on host shadow 1. It was in host shadow 2 in my example, but instance crashed. So now I have a new location, host shadow 1. It was failed over to host shadow 1. Now this time we're gonna test with the run replay. This time we're gonna take advantage of the replay properties. So it makes connection. That's good. Okay. So what we're gonna do here, go back to admin session. And in my case, instance service location was host shadow 1, and host shadow 1 instance name is ORCL5. So I can use SSH host shadow 1 pkill process kill -9-f, and I'm gonna kill S1 process that is running out of the ORCL5 instance. I killed it. So let's come back here. So even though I killed it, it's still okay, but you see actually some higher latency here. It's because of session failover and then continue to work. So as you can see, even though we crashed the instance, your connection still still valid, because behind the scene we made the transparent failover. So we're gonna actually check. I'm gonna use Control C, and then I will double check. Instance status now it came back to normal. And what about my service? AC test. I'm pretty sure now it's running out of host shadow 2 because it was a failed over because of an instance first instance crash. So that is a pretty short demonstration. So you created the service where application continuity enabled, and also you tested Java application, Java code without application continuity and with the application continuity, and you clearly observe the differences. And this is a very simple example. Once you complete this testing, you simply stop this service and remove this service, and that's it. And that's for practice 10, high availability for connections and applications.